Welcome to my channel, The Crafty Planning. My name is Lisa, and if you are new here, well, I still am too, technically. But if you are returning, thank you for giving this train wreck another try. So, in this video, I am going to be setting up, okay, make sure I grab the right disc. In this video, I'm going to be setting up my frankenplanner for the month of November, and I pretty much, I think, got everything here that I need to do that, and then I'll just be reaching for stuff off to the side to put in there as I get it set up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slide that over there. Put those up so I don't lose them. Oh, and my ruler, put that away so I don't lose it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cover for next month. It is a Happy Planner one. Not one of my favorites, but I got it for cheap, so you know, what can you say? And then I'm going to use these pretty copper metal disc. I like to use copper disc, or I like to use metal disc because sometimes my planner can get thrown around and I don't want the disc breaking on me. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on first because I'm going to show you what my plan is for the inside. Okay, actually that looks really cute with the copper disc. Alright, so on the inside, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off. So I have these pieces of thick acetate, and I apologize for the lighting. The room I'm in does not have the best lighting, so I have to use a lot of ring lights in order to get lighting to be able to see. So this was some thick acetate that was, and it's pretty thick. I mean, not something to be used as an individual cover on its own because it's not thick enough for that, but it is still pretty thick. And I got it out of a paper pack from Michael's, I believe, and I just liked it because it's just thankful written in different font all through it. So what I was going to do is like put it over top this piece of paper that I got from Hobby Lobby out of a paper pack like last year. I got it discounted, so I'm going to lay it under that and it be kind of used as like kind of like a cover, but it wouldn't be able to withstand on its own. So, and I think this is going to stick out just a little bit out of the edge, but it's alright. So put the front and the back on. So next I'm going to put this kind of little homemade dashboard that I made. Let's see, let me make sure that I got enough for the covers. I may not. Nope, I did not. So I will go back and do that, but it's going to be basically some of that paper because I got plenty. So I will have to make sure to do that. So I'm not going to put that in because that is pictures of my family, and I do not post pictures of my family in there. but I will start. So this was in actually a coloring book, and the artist's name happened to be Lisa. And actually Lisa Bogart. So it was out of a coloring book, and I thought it was really cool, so I colored it and then laminated it and put it, I use it instead of trying to write my name on the name page, I just use that. So the next parts will be the calendars, the yearly overview, and the perpetual. So this is actually out of the one that I'm using for my wellness. This one, it's the Simply layout. This was the Bambi planner. I actually got it at Walmart, and I liked it because it was just, oh, sorry about that. I liked it because it was, as you can see, just as minimal as you can get. Although I guess I probably could decorate that if I wanted to, but yeah. And then this is actually out of a teacher planner, and what I done was set it up to use it for the rest of the year before. Alright, so next is I'm going to put in my first side divider. It is labeled inbox, and I will put this little dashboard in that I have, and then I'll just make the cover ones that I'll need. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just going to paper clip that to it so that way it's a smooth transition. And then, so just here for the time being, I just put this little pocket in to use as a folder, and it's actually like a sticker sheet protector, but I use it as a folder. And in it is this little adorable little cat drawing that my daughter drew for me, and I always wanted to have it close to me. So next will be side divider that I have labeled home, and then I'm going to just want to add this to it, and then I'm just going to paper clip them together again so that way it's one smooth flip. And then the next section will be my catch-all, and you've probably seen, hopefully in the previous video, that this was actually a undated planner and divider, and I didn't like the divider of the undated one, so I had this left over from a seasonal planner, and I just popped it on there. That's the reason why it doesn't, the pink tab doesn't match that. So I'm just going to put that in there. Oop. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and throw in November, or not November, that was November. I'm going to go ahead and put in December. It also was an undated part of an undated extension pack. There we go. And again, I didn't like the divider. I wanted it to feel more like December-y, and I had this left over out of I think the same seasonal planner. I don't remember. But I'm just trying to get through the year. I had 2 more months left until I started my new planner, which is the Beetlejuice one. And so I just grabbed these undated to finish out the year until I can start it. So that's why that is like that. So if that makes sense. I'll just keep in October's in my current setup for the time being. And then next I'm going to add in my wellness section. I'll put in this little dashboard again. Both these designs come out of a paper pack that I got for discounted at Hobby Lobby. So I just made dashboards out of them. I actually done that last year. But I'm just reusing them. Okay. I had these out of order. Alright, so this is the November for my wellness one. Again, it's the Simply layout. So put that in, and then there's this little printout that I keep back here, so that way I can reference it as I need to. Alright, next side divider will be for my journaling. Go ahead and add this little dashboard that I made. Paper clip it together so that way one swoop. And then the last, if I don't tear the paper, the last will be my journaling. Again, this is an outdated horizontal that I use for my journaling. I just redated it. So that is what I'm doing with that. Now I am finishing up the current one that I'm using. It was, I think, at the Pressed Florals horizontal, but I'm finishing up with it, so I'm actually starting the seasonal one that I picked out to use for next year. Alright, so next will be my what I call extras section, and it's just kind of like list and different little things that I keep. I probably don't need to keep that in there anymore. I am going to put my fall bucket list in for one more month, and then we'll be switching over to winter bucket list. And then the rest are just some things that I made. One is a birthday list where I keep track of birthdays for the month, and then the others is like gifts. Write down gift ideas for the throughout the year for like birthday, Christmas, stuff like that, so that way I can keep track of that. And then the last ones are, and apologize for that sound, but the last are some inserts that I took out of a homeschool edition teacher planner, and it had what was called reading lists, so I use that to keep track of what books that I have, and write them down, so that way I know what I have and I don't rebuy books, which I've done that before, and then I can mark when I've read it too. So the next section is school. I'm going to add dashboard behind it. Flip it. Now I'm not going to show anything out of it because it's a lot of personal information, identifying stuff between my daughter and where she goes to school at. So no offense, but I'm not going to be sharing that. I am going to add these, and what these are, it's out of a monthly, and even though we have an app that we use to keep track of assignments, grades, stuff like that, sometimes that app goes down because, it's like any other electronics. It's not going to work 90% of the time, or it's not always going to work. I should say that. It does work a majority of the time, but there are times sometimes that either the app doesn't work or my phone don't work, which that is more of a possibility than the app. So what I do is once a week, typically on Fridays, I go into the app as long as it's working, and what I do is on these lines I will write down the name of the assignment, the date that it was either due or should have been due, and grade. And if there's a missing grade, then that means that assignment needs to be turned in. And so I have a section for each of her subjects. And then the last section is passwords, and I had to have something to keep track of passwords because I do not remember. But this planner never leaves the house, so it doesn't matter if I have my passwords written down somewhere. But again, it doesn't leave the house, so it doesn't matter. So I don't mind doing that because I have a top sheet there that covers, so I don't have to worry about anything. So I'm just going to take this, and this is a homemade bookmark that I made out of that same acetate that the cover is made out of. Not perfect because I do have to use a special kind of punch mark, hole punch to be strong enough to take care of it. So that, and I apologize for hitting that. So that is the setup for the most part. Again, I gotta make a couple of dashboards to go under this so that way it stands out, but I've got my inbox and different stuff that might need to go in here will go here. Home section for it, that's my catch-all, and I like to keep 2 months at a time in here, so that way if I need to schedule ahead I can. Next is wellness, where I write down my symptoms. Again, sneak preview there. Write down my symptoms, but that will probably be changing for next year. Next section is journaling, and all it is a horizontal that I use for that. Next section is extras, where I have things like bucket list, all my different kind of lists that I need to keep track of. Next section is school, all things related school-wise that I need to keep track of. No, that will get showed. And then the final section is passwords. Again, that won't be displayed because, well, it's personal. And I've got some little decorative things here to use, and I don't know if I'm going to use them in this or if I might save it for my mini on the go. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. But that is the setup of my frankenplanner catch-all planner for the month of November. Again, all I just need to do is make a couple of dashboards to go under these and add me a pin loop, and it will be done. But if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to continue on with this train wreck and see if it improves and gets better over time, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so that way you will get notified when the next video posts. And until then, bye!